Boy, oh boy, is it exciting to be alive yet again, my friends. We're back. My name is Tank. This is the IBC Gang channel. Here we talk about everything that is inspiring, hopefully promoting some belief in whatever you're doing and or creation. Guys, that is what IBC Gang stands for: Inspire, Believe, Create. We here talk about everything that's happening in the markets, not just crypto, but trade, fi, and everything in between, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about the general markets and why it is pumping, why everything seems to be hunky dory great, as they say. We're going to be talking about just about everything under the sun. Excuse me, trying to adjust myself. I hit my little desk here. Before I do, I want to give a humongous channel sponsor shout out to Kujira.network. If you guys don't know, now you know about Kujira.network. Dang it. Guys, I've been trying to tell you for a long, long time how much we love Kujira.network, not just because they're a channel sponsor of ours, just because they're real, man. This is something that I really do, and I might get your whatever. Nobody's perfect, but I'm just going to say it, man. I really do believe in the Kujira team. They're the blockchain for real yield, a decentralized ecosystem for protocols, builders, and Web3 users seeking sustainable fintech. And you guys know me, I'm all about sustainability, stuff that's manageable, realistic, long-term. And guys, they just jive with me through and through. And so we've been telling you guys about Kujira.network. Hopefully you guys have been listening because yet again, Kujira is at $4. It's at $4. So hopefully you guys haven't been sleeping on the things that we've been sharing. None of it, of course, is financial advice, but we have been telling you guys about Kujira.network for a long, long time. It has done tremendously well thus far. But all transparency, all things considered, and like I always say, you have to be a consistent profit taker because it could turn around at any given time. Even my channel sponsor, right? Nothing's guaranteed. None of this is financial advice. But I'm just going to say it. We have been telling you about the winner that is Kujira.network. Guys, check them out. Check them out. Give them a follow. Give me a follow. Give yourself a pat on the back. Guys, help me out. It is the bear market. I could really use your guys' support. It's hard out here for a brother, man. I'm trying to do things realistically, sustainably, and on my own. It seems like a lot of times I got some support here and there. But really, guys, this is the bear market. It's hard for somebody that puts out content like myself. It would really mean a lot if you guys like, reshare, retweet, tell people about, what we talk about here. Even if you don't like me, but we talk about the things that you actually like, regardless of what your stance is, if you agree with me or not. Think of it this way. You're not helping me. You're helping yourself because the more people that see these videos, the more exposure your bags get. And that should be a benefit to you, right? So don't scratch my back, scratch your oars, be a supportive person. Take 1 second out of your day, takes you no time, costs you nothing to hit that little like button, hit that subscribe button, and just set it and forget it, like they say. Well, like they used to say when they used to sell a commercial, right? Set it and forget it. Let's go check. What's up, Joe? What up? Called out again today. Joe, would you like to join? Would you like to join in on the stream? I don't know if there's a lot of sick people, so it might be. But guys, my streams are always open invitation, especially to the people that I know would love to just have people. Like, I really, honestly, I hate talking. I'd much rather hear other people and listen to other people speak than myself. So it's always an open invitation to everybody else. No, just a little different setup. You're inspiring me, Joe. I have to step up my game. I have to start utilizing the tools that I've had. So we've done away, or at least we got rid of the little, and then the mic is over here now. The mic is over here. We're just trying new things, man. Cat dude got my sick kid on me. Oh man, I feel you, dude. I feel you. Hopefully the little ones feel better, man. Hopefully everybody in the house feels better. My oldest has definitely started feeling a bit better, but he's still, under supervision. So he's downstairs right now, just listening to music. They're kind of just hanging out. But yeah, man, the funk is definitely going around. I hope they feel better. Love, by the way, Joe, love the previous little snip that you put out there. The long pause, dude. I was cracking up in the car. Chicken Taco says, "What's up, Chicken Tacos? Still at the slave shack, or I would for sure." Dang it, man! Why does everybody have jobs? No. Why does everybody have a job? I'm like, why does everybody work? Damn these people. All my favorite people at work. Anyway, guys, today I just really wanted to share the screen again. I just want to shoot from the hip. I'm going to talk about a few things that people have been messaging me about. Generally, why the market are pumping. And I kind of covered this a few times before, so I'm going to try my best not to ramble and rant on one topic all too much, especially since it's been stuff that I've been covering about the Fed, like basically about being done with the rate hikes, yada, yada, yada. A lot of the market is pricing that in. A lot of the market, a lot of people basically think that the Fed has done what they need to do. You're starting to see the after effects after a year or so of the Fed raising rates and keeping them high for a long period of time. You're starting to see that actually get reflected into the markets. And that's, again, that's typical, I would say. It's basically typical. And so now all the Fed has to do is not necessarily lower rates, but they could just stop raising rates and let everybody else kind of catch up. Let the markets, although I will say they've kind of been at pace to pace with them the entire time, let the markets kind of like do its thing now. You're starting to see people have to get jobs. You're starting to see people lose their savings, lose the little cushion that they had in the bank, or you're starting to see responsibilities and consequences play out. That's really what I'm trying to say. If I'm really thinking about it, that's really what's happening right now. Is you're starting to see a lot of consequences to people's actions not be typical of what they've been used to thus far, right? And so it's really changing the market. It's been slowed, it's been gummed down for a while, but now you're really starting to see people take the rate hikes more serious. You're starting to see that, hey, the government's not going to come out and just like print and give you all these benefits. These companies aren't just going to like turn cheek when you screw up anymore. Like they're, beggars can't be choosers anymore. But yeah, that's what's generally happening right now. So that's really why the markets are starting to pump. You're starting to see things like earnings come in and do a little bit better because bigger companies, have been really leaning out and doing what they need to do over the past year or so to run efficiently with less fat and more meat within their company. And you're starting to see other companies that have been really, really reckless, in my humble opinion, like Target and Walmart, start taking more of a firm stance in some of their locations and whatnot. Like I think you just recently saw Target put out some articles and made some statements about like, hey, it's we got to close these bigger stores and these bigger locations and these bigger towns and cities and stuff like that because crime is just running rampant there. Like, these, I don't mean to get political, but all of this economic stuff is very much political, but you're starting to see everything catch up to people. Like you can't just keep running the wild, wild west without any consequences. Like things are going to start leaning out. There's going to be some hurt happening and people are starting to feel the hurt, feel the pain. But anyway, that's like the general gist of what's happening, in my humble opinion. Excuse me. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into the Dow Jones. Quickly take a look at the indexes, right? We called it the other day, right? We called a bunch of things, not just the other day, but a bunch of things for a while now. The Dow Jones looks absolutely great. We're on the daily time frame. We're using MarketCypher as our oscillator and indicator tool of choice. We told you guys to watch it. Looks like we're going to be popping back in from the negative money flow back into the positive money flow. You can see that we're still in the negative money flow here, still in the negative money flow being represented down here, but we are rounding back up into that chartreuse green, yellow looking color. And does look like we're going to be making a pop. Guys, let me show you guys the last time, again, if you guys missed yesterday's video, the last time we actually had a good move, deep move for some time in the negative money flow, like we've been showing you, like been going through and showing you guys here currently, was all the way back here. That's when we were deep in the hurt, right? That was basically, if you look back up, coming down to the bottom of when things started turning back around, right? Like when we popped, and this is what I want you guys to kind of take from this, is when we popped right here, hopefully you guys can see this, right? When we transferred from the negative money flow back into the green positive money flow, I'm just going to say green. You can see that, you can see that right about, a little bit delayed, right? Because it takes some time, but right about there is when we saw the floor and then we started making the turnaround. Now, again, things are a little bit delayed. Right? So I wouldn't say ape it now, like, right? Ape it now, no, right? Don't do that. I'm actually, matter of fact, I'm not telling you anything. None of this is financial advice, but I'm just showing you guys the last time that happened and we did cut back into the positive money flow, that's when things really turned around. Now, we're getting that action happening here, And so I do think in the next week or two, especially going through the holidays and whatnot, I think there's a good chance that we're going to be coming up for the Dow Jones. We're going to be coming up to this point of interest, which is the top of the handle for the cup and handle for the Dow Jones. It's a wonky cup and handle, but again, I'm not going to get into like why my rhyme or reasons is the way that they are. I said it yesterday. I'm going to try not to repeat myself. So just, hey, go with me here. I understand it's a bit of a stretch, but we might actually have a good attempt of breaking through this previous resistance point on the Dow Jones and making a push up on the charts. Now, we're not far from all-time highs. We're very much not far from all-time highs. If you go and take a look at where we are right now in compared to yesterday, which was still amazing even yesterday, guys, we're only 5.65. I think we're at like 7%, just shy of 7% yesterday. We're 5.64%, give or take a little bit, from all-time highs in the Dow Jones. I'm sorry. You can call whatever you want to call this market a bear market within. I'm sorry, by the way, too. I've noticed that when I use this background, I'm not trying not to lose my train of thought. When I try to use all these like flat, fancy things, I noticed yesterday, and it bugged me to death, that it seemed like my video wasn't staying in tune with the audio. Is that what's happening right now? Someone let me know. Joe says, the crime is an excuse to close retail stores. Commercial real estate is going to be barren. Yeah, commercial real estate taking a hit. That's why I don't get into commercial real estate. I'm a residential. People need a place to live. Stores don't need a place to sell their goods, but people need a roof over their head all day, every day. That's why when I get it, like my one friends are like, yo, commercial real estate's where it's at, Tank. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Everything looks good and sounds good. Okay. I saw that yesterday, bugged me to death. I'm sorry. Hopefully you didn't lose my train of thought there, but if it does happen, I apologize. I might have to go back or update, even though I have a beefy rig here. I don't know why that would be bottlenecking there. Anyway, maybe it was because I had a lot of tabs open. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're not that far from all-time highs, guys. We're 5.64% away from all-time highs. So you got to keep that in mind, right? Like, call it what you want to call it. I think that we're looking really good as far as this market goes. Like again, Dow Jones, right? I'm gonna kind of show you guys here. We've been making these stair-stepping movements ever since finding that low here, and we're still in. I just follow the damn show. Just follow the damn show. Pay attention. Like, even if it's annoying, the annoying thing is the practice. I would say, like, it's the repetition that makes winners, right? It's like practicing your trade, hearing the I'm not gonna say the truth, but like the real points from it. I'm not saying I'm the realist, but damn it, I'm the realist. That's what makes winners. Consistency, the repetition. Even if you guys don't like me, for your own sake, I'm begging you guys, for your own sake, just follow. Come and get a daily dose of me saying the same stuff so that you guys hear it, and hopefully it turns that light switch on. But we've been calling it for a long freaking time. We even called these points of interest here for the Dow Jones. We literally did. I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy, right? Like we pointed out, like, hey, if you come back down, look out for these lows. 4x4 DCA strategy, my friends. 4x4 DCA strategies, the same strategy I've been showing you guys and preaching about for a while. Even at these interest points, you would be up. Like, let's be real. From here, from not even from the low with low to here, 5.12 on the Dow Jones. From the bottom of my cup and handle, which I projected out way in advance, and it hit it to a T. But from the bottom to where we are right now, 7.11% in less than 30 days. I mean, I'm not trying to convince y'all. I'm just trying to show y'all. People talk the talk. Nothing moves on my charts, man. Like nothing. I sit it there for a long time. Like, man. Anyway, you got to take profits, or none of this means anything, right? None of this amounts to spit unless you're actually consistently taking profits on things. But I'm just being real. If it fails, 200 SMA strategy full in play. 200 SMA strategy, 4x4 DCA strategy, fully intact and in play, ready, cocked, loaded, ready to go. Because because we never know, right? And if you guys want, I can get into that, but for the sake of the video, I've already started preaching. I'm not going to. RSI is market cipher B, daily time frame, pointing straight up. We crossed the 60 line. We are looking like we're going to trend back into that chartreuse color with the negative money flow, back into positive money flow. Looking good, right? Let's go to the NASDAQ right now. The NASDAQ, same thing, pinched high with the RSIs here. Looks like we just popped into positive money flow happening right now. You can see that happening right down here as well. Right here, it looks like we're coming back. Oh, this is not even a straight. It's not even a straight line there. You can see that we're coming up to resistance here. We're coming up to resistance, basically where we are right now. And I think it's going to make probably a good attempt to break it. It's probably like we're sitting at it right now. If this was, you know what? Let me make. This was the average. I'm just going to figure. I don't want to move anything because, like I said, I'm a stiffer. Like I don't like to move things on my charts because people will be like, hey, that doesn't look the same. I'm saying it right now. I want to put a straight line here, but a horizontal line here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to try to move that. I know it's not straight. It's bugging me to death though. But I think there's a good chance of us coming up to here, getting some volatility and actually completing the cup and handle pattern and being on our freaking way. Look, guys, same thing for the Dow Jones. Hit it to a freaking T. Hit it to a T. This is stuff that I projected out there a long time ago. None of it's financialized. It's just me projecting out, right? This is a much better cup and handle pattern. If a cup and handle pattern plays out on the daily time frame, that's bullish. That's statistically and historically a bullish thing. Now, I admittedly would like to see this be a little bit longer handle as far as the time goes. This is a pretty short handle, in my humble opinion. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I don't really care. I will say if this does pull away and pop to the upside, I will probably be taking more profits on my positions. That's free and clear going up, right? But I'm also I'm in no trouble of holding long term because it's free and clear. So maybe I just let it go, right? Like it's inevitably up and to the right no matter what we do. This is the monthly time frame for the NASDAQ. I'm sorry. If I have a long enough time horizon, this is just a blip, right? This is just a blip into whatever we're doing here. You know, I will say there's some, look at this. Do you see this handle, cup and handle, this beautiful thing right here? This is the monthly. This is a monthly, and nobody does this except for investors, right? This is the monthly here. Let me show you guys something here. And a lot of you guys will be like, I don't know, Tank. Let me show you guys something here. This, to me, looks very similar to this price action right here. Not like exactly, right? But it does. Cup, handle. Guess what happens after? Just saying, right? Like this was, you know, obviously different. 2008, 2009, obviously. But is it like that? Is it that different, right? We all know what happened in 2008, 2009. We're just going through a different narrative, but the markets, they always reset. They always kind of have because we're printing fiat money. We're printing fantasy, non-backed fiat money. It has to do these things. Every decade or so, it has to go through this breather, reset, get composure again kind of thing. It doesn't matter what the narrative is or what the cause of it is. It all goes back and it's like, you know, inevitable. It's going to happen. But again, so long term, just something to think about, right? Long term, if that looks similar and all we can do is go through things of what happened in the past and take averages and probabilities, you know, intact in our investing thesis, I'm just going to bet that it probably repeats itself. If it doesn't, it's going to come close to repeating itself, because if things don't necessarily repeat themselves, they definitely do rhyme. And so, you know, like I'd rather just stick with what I know. Anyway, guys, I again, ranting, same stuff that I was saying yesterday. Markets are looking really good. NASDAQ still only up 0.10% on the, I'm sorry, this is 0.10% on the day. Sorry, I'm about to make sure it was the day. Again, if you're in any, I will say this again, not financial advice, but if you're in any position from the lows back here, right, back in December, or even like before that, November, October of 2022, take profits. At least think about it. I can't tell you what to do, but for God's sakes, if you've taken a position here like I did with my 4x4 DCA strategy, with my 200 SMA strategy combined together, Like, guys, right now, I'm up 48% in less than a year. That's humongous. You got to take profits, you greedy bastards. If you don't, you're an a-hole, right? Like you just, let's be real about it. If you don't take profits on that in the indexes, you're an a-hole. That's all you are. Let's go from here to where we are right now. That's 20% in less than like, come on, that's the index. That's a massive move. That's a massive move. Look, I see it. I feel like you guys tell me, because if not, I'll take off this stupid mirroring thing for the camera. Ooh, excuse me. Shit, I can't do it. I just swore. I did all that. I was trying to take off my ugly mug, all that, and I can't because, hold on. Darn it. So when I take off my screen, you guys couldn't hear any of that? Learning as we go. John, you couldn't hear any of that? Learning as I go. But you guys can hear this. Okay, I just got to disable camera. So sorry about that, my friends. So sorry about that. Just got to disable my camera. Oh, darn it. My bad, guys. So anyway, I won't bore you guys with that. Basically, I was telling you guys that the Russell is in still of a position that it needs to overcome a few things. But for the sake of the video, I won't go through that again. It's just the Russell. Sorry about that. SPX, I will say, looks really, really strong. Looks like it's going to pop into the positive money flow here. Be mindful of that. It does, it does look like we have a good chance, especially if the Fed is done raising rates and they just hold it there for a significant amount of time. Like, I think the markets have done a really, really good job at navigating what the Fed has been doing with the interest rates. So let me move on to Bitcoin. Actually, hold the phone. Let me share with you guys precious metals real quick. Because Bitcoin, like I do want to talk, Bitcoin's having a phenomenal day. It's up 5.34%. But let me talk about some precious metals real quick. Yesterday, silver and gold popped. Like really, really popped yesterday. This is the daily here, guys. Yesterday's price action from the low of the Japanese Heikin-Ashi candles to the wick high was like 4 point something percent. It was a massive day, especially for silver. I think gold also had a pretty good day. Platinum as well was up. Platinum's up today 1.47%. Silver's up 1.63%. Tremendous days. I'd really like to see silver get back up to $24. In order for it to do that, let me actually pull back here. I'm a very big fan of silver. I think the market's been kind of like, I don't want to say on purpose or anything like that, but I think it's been undervalued and undersought for a while now. But I think all things considered, I still think it's in a really good position right now. Let me kind of show you guys the silver chart that I was showing you guys, the long-term silver chart. Obviously, this is the daily time frame. Let me go to the weekly time frame here. Like, look, this is the weekly time frame for silver here, right? We have this long-term trend of wick lows. Yes, we cut through that, but wick lows here. It's all about averages. And you can see that we're in this, I guess you want to call it I guess you could argue a bit of a wedge, more bullish wedge pattern. I don't know. I don't want to put too much stress on wedge patterns or anything like that, but typically you have 5 touches to any wedge pattern, right? Typically is the typical thing for it. I know I'm using the same word over and over. So we come into it, again, coming into it is usually the way that we leave a wedge pattern. So we came into it to the upside. We got 1. You want to call this 2, 3, 4. And is this going to be like 5 on the way? I don't know. I'm just projecting. I'm kind of playing with this thing, and you can interpret this many different ways, especially on the weekly time frame, right? You can even say like maybe this was 1, this was 2, this was 3, this was 4, and that was 5 with the rejection coming back down. I don't know. You could say that. But I think this is more like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like we're kind of like figuring out if the 5th is actually going to break through it. That's like what I think is actually happening right now. It's kind of weird because I don't put too much emphasis in TA, especially when fundamentals are like way stronger, and especially currently that fundamentals are everything, right? Again, I'm going to just repeat. I'm a firm believer that TA is just a delayed response of what's happening out there fundamentally. Fundamentally, though, I think silver is on point. I think silver's on point, man. Like, so I also think there's more upside to silver than there is me getting to any other precious metal right now. Like, look at gold, right? Let's go to gold. You're basically at all-time highs. Are you going to buy all-time highs for gold? I don't want to be somebody else's exit liquidity. And to get a 2x or even half of a percent move to the upside on my capital, if I'm looking for returns, and like really precious metals are more of a hedge to like preserve your wealth, and they're not going to get you rich or anything like that. But, it would be nice. It would be nice if I was able to make some percent move in my portfolio with that same holding. And that's all I'm trying to do is optimize my investments the best I possibly can, right? Like, I want precious metals to hedge against, but at the same time, I also want it to be doing something in my portfolio, right? Like, I want it to go up too. Let's be real about it. So when I look at them, I have a few other options other than gold that are probably more likely going to yield me a better possibility long-term, right? Like, let's just be real about it. Gold is great. Gold is fantasized about. Gold is like the movie, the TV, the magazine, the podcast, the streams and stuff like that. That's the narrative that everybody wants to tell you, that gold is the best, right? Did you know that silver was used before gold for currency, for like hard money? Silver has more use cases currently right now in the industrial side of things than gold does. Gold and silver is used in like a ton of stuff, but it's true. Gold has a higher price point, which makes it harder for the average person to invest into. Silver has a smaller price point per ounce that people can invest into. You can take $50 and get 1 ounce of silver. So it's more approachable, I guess is what I'm trying to say, for the retail side of things. For 1 ounce of gold, guess how much that's going to cost you? $1,961 today. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just me. I'm not trying to sell you guys on silver, but if I look at silver versus gold right now, and I can even just pull it up real easily here and kind of show you. Oops, sorry. Where the hell did they move? Did they move that? Oh no, they didn't move it. It's right here. Let me kind of show you guys here. Gold. Let me go here. This is going to be silver. right here. Daily, right? Oops. What's up, Ambito? Right? Let me kind of show you guys here. The red line is where we're at currently. Show you that with gold here as well, right? Red line is where we're at currently. Which one do you think has the higher possibility of making me some sort of return to back to all-time highs? Well, from where we are right now, in the past, if gold goes back up to almost 50, I'm sorry, silver goes back up almost to $50, that's 118% just from holding gold. Silver. Sorry, damn it. Split my screens and now I'm getting all wonky. That's over 100% move. Let's just say from the average, that's 28, almost 30%. If I go gold right now, if I go to gold, I might at best to all-time highs to where we are right now, at best get 6%. So you tell me, like, let's be real about that, right? Like, you tell me. I like silver better. And I don't like wearing gold. I like wearing silver. Look at my watch. It's not silver, but it has that silver tone. I like wearing silver, man. Like, I don't know. I think it's more approachable. I think it's definitely way more approachable. Just saying. What's up, Chad? Fresh says everything looks good, sounds good. John says 30-40 profit from my pennies invested ain't ish. I'm holding till things get depressing again. Why do I read those kind of comments that way? Like I feel it, man. I feel it. Abito says, yeah, but what kind of medal do champions get? Silver. They also get, look, you know what? It was really funny. I had this conversation. Abito, look, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. It's so funny you said this too. I had this conversation with the jiu-jitsu guys. It was freaking hilarious. It was hilarious. I had this conversation with jiu-jitsu guys. You know, when you're like the gold medalist, or like when you're the best of the best of the best, there's always like that when people have that conversation, like who's the best? Like obviously it's the people that hold the gold, right? Like that's because you're a champion, you get gold. It's really funny is you could be a silver medalist and be like, think about it, man. You could be like the second best in the world at an asset, at a sport, at whatever you're doing. You could be the second best in the world. Nobody ever contests the narrative for second best. And that's like that's not bad, right? It's like, why would I want to be in that gold place like position? Because everybody's gonna try to pick you apart. Everybody's gonna be like, yeah, but for his era or for his category or whatever. If you're the second best, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. But it's still valuable, right? It's still super valuable. But it's funny you just said that, like, but I don't know. You get precious metals. You get gold, silver, and bronze. And they're both very, very, or like, I guess you want to say copper for first, second, and third. All really good. Like, all really good. No. You know what's funny? The gold grills aren't even a thing anymore. You start noticing people want to go platinum. People want to go palladium. People want to go silver. But it's all that chrome look, right? Like gold. I don't know. I don't like gold. I've never really liked gold as a jewelry. I've never really liked it. I'll be honest with you. I don't even like. I'd much rather wear a big silver chain than a gold chain. Just me. I know, Ambito. I'm just saying. It was funny because we literally just had that conversation at Jiu-Jitsu. We literally just had a conversation. It was like, people are going to pick you apart if you're the best, right? Or always be attacking you, or you have a target on your back. But if you're second, if you're silver, nobody even cares. Nobody's going to contest you. Like, if you ever go, I'm the second best in the world, nobody even bats an eye at that. They're like, whatever. If you're not first, you're last, Ricky Bobby. That's right. Guys, speaking of last, in the gold, silver, bronze, copper discussion, you guys want to see another great looking chart? Let me show you guys another great looking chart, because this chart I think is even far more sexy than any of the other ones that we've been talking about here. Guys, let me show you guys the copper chart. Copper is up 1% today. Let me go out. This is the weekly. Actually, let's stay on the weekly. Let me zoom out for you guys. That's the copper chart. That is such a beautiful looking chart if I've ever seen it. And Chad's here, so it's really interesting. Chad can tell you firsthand, because he works in the industry of buying and selling energy. The infrastructure that we like to enjoy across the world is built around copper. It's built around copper. it was really interesting. I got to go into a copper mine, like firsthand. I got to go into a level 7 copper mine up in the up of Michigan. It's fascinating. It's scary as hell, but it's absolutely mind-blowing when you go down there. You see what it took firsthand to pull this like metal out of the earth, and then you hear the stories of like, you know, how copper basically won the wars, how copper like did a lot, like won whole industry ages, like, you know, the man, the Bronze Age, like literally it wouldn't be a thing if there wasn't copper. Like, it's insane, right? Like all of that copper is everything. And so like, it's funny to me about people love gold, people love silver, people love platinum, but the copper chart, this is a beautiful freaking chart. It looks way better than this chart. Look at this chart. Granted, if you have enough time horizon, but look, wow. By the way, this looks like a humongous cup and handle pattern. If I've ever look, guys, this is a silver. This is another argument here. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna like long term. Let's go down and put our tinfoil hats on. Oh, look at all this analogies using like tin, copper, gold, all this stuff. But guys, look at this. This is a humongous cup and handle pattern playing out. That's too much of a handle there. But is this playing out here? Speculation is everything, obviously, right? I'm just projecting out my thoughts. But I'm sorry to me, but that looks like the start of a cup and handle pattern, which, what do we know about cup and handle patterns? Especially on the higher time frames. This is the monthly time frame for silver, right? Bullish. Bullish, right? Am I crazy? Somebody tell me that I'm like, just because I like silver, I'm like fitting this in myself, convincing myself. Do you guys see this? Monthly time frame. That's huge. That's huge. Granted, we're at this like moment where it needs to start rallying back up tremendously. But boy, could you imagine? Could you guys imagine if silver goes back to $50, $100? This channel gonna turn out to be a silver channel. I'll tell you that much right now. We're gonna be talking about buying stuff on SD Bullion all the time. By the way, I like buying my stuff from SD Bullion if I can't find it locally. I love them as an online distributor of precious metals. Never had a problem with SD Bullion. Definitely check them out. But yeah, this be a damn precious metal channel. The first ever self-custody channel. Real self-custody conversations, right? The OG. But yeah, Chad says copper is needed in my field. The government is getting ready to give out billions to upgrade the electric grid. Yeah, man. If you people, I think we haven't even got into Bitcoin and like crypto. We start, we talk about a lot of crypto stuff, but man, there's so much things actually happening out there right now that people are just. By the way, Chad, did you tell me about SMR? Wait, was it you that told me about SMR, the ticker SMR, NuScale Power Corporation? It was you, wasn't it? If you guys watch this channel, people like Chad, people like, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people here that share some great information. People like Joe, but stay away. Hold on a second. This thing tanked like nobody's business over the past few, but I just want to say, like, that thing is up 8.16% on the day. I don't know what's happening there, but what? Yeah, no, I didn't get into it. But I just stayed watching it. What is happening there? Anyway, let's get into some crypto stuff. By the way, ZKIN, a crypto related option out there on the stock market, up 26.39%. Mara, another crypto related stock option, up. Yeah, tell me later. I was just curious because I've been watching. I never got into it, but Mara also up 11.67% on the day. Again, ZKIN 26.39. I believe these are Bitcoin mining companies. That's massive. That's massive. Look at Coin, which is Coinbase, up 7.56%. Why do you guys think? What do you guys think is happening that all these crypto-related companies on the day is moving so hard? Mastercard, been really working on their infrastructure when it comes to crypto, up 4.63%. Amazing. Alibaba up 3.77. Real big fan of this. Like, this is a blue chip stock, guys. You talk about like some returns. Not saying get into it, right? But like, man, look at the previous resistance, previous support, at previous past support and or resistance. Just think about it. If it pops up to previous support at probably going to be resistance, that's 48% all-time highs, guys. You're talking about getting 272% in the regular stocks. It's amazing. Evergrande just looks horrible. If you guys don't know, Evergrande's the real estate company in China that everybody used to talk about. It's funny that nobody talks about them anymore. Disney has, oh my gosh, Disney is such a phenomenal thing to watch too. A blue chip, considered a blue chip in the stock market. This stuff that you're supposed to be able to buy and give to your kids forever and feel good about it. But guys, from all-time high, Disney has fallen on average to where we are right now, 53.7%. Right? That's something to think about. Like, I know we're used to like real doom and gloom in the crypto space, but like, man, we're at previous support right now, previous average support in the past right now for Disney. This was all the way back in 2017. All right, let's go to the weekly here. Yeah, previously, like, so the lows could take us, honestly, I think unless Disney starts changing a few things, Disney could go down to 47, realistic, 47.50. Obviously, previous all-time highs in the past there. I think that's like realistic for Disney if they don't start changing. And I'm just being honest. I'm not getting like this political narrative, whatever. I'm just being very honest with you. Unless they start changing infrastructure for their theme parks, unless they start changing how they're running things with their streaming services and stuff like that, $50 is where I'm looking to buy a bunch of Disney. Just being real. Ooh, excuse me again. Look at me, guys. I'm getting all into like the regular stock stuff that I'm so used to. Yeah, we talked about that. PAS, super interesting. PAS back to over $14. Yesterday had a tremendous day yesterday. It's up 0.25% here. I need to figure out what's happening with PAS. I've already taken profits in the past before, so I got some free and clear. I've been eyeballing this range, which is all the way down here at like 974, and then also like the fan of this basically 15. I'm sorry, of this short term support line that we're just underneath right now. I've been watching this range here to see what happens with momentum. Something previously just happened. I have to dig into it some more. I haven't had some time to do so. It came up on my radar. I still, like, again, I just need to do more research on it. But super interesting for PAAS. They're kind of like my indirect way for getting into silver on the mining side of things. It's also my indirect way of getting into chip manufacturing in an indirect way. So like, it's really interesting. A little degen-y there, but like, I think again, the risk versus reward, go take a look at where PAS has been in the past, right? 3 times in the past, it came up to basically right around this range of $40 to $43. That's 220%. And it's done it in the past, more than once, more than twice, 3 times, you know? So it's the likelihood of it doing it again. Yeah, it's pretty damn high. So is this the best? I don't know if this is the best time to get into it. I'm looking for like $10, this fan of this range here, because we have 2 touches and we project out on average, right, for a trend line of support. But that's what I'm looking for with PAS, not financial advice. That's just what I'm looking for, right? Let me go into Bitcoin now. Bitcoin, the total market cap, guys. The total market cap is actually up right now for crypto, 4.29%. That's massive. Again, we're on the weekly time frame, like, right? We finally, guys, let me show you guys a weekly time frame here. We finally cut above the long-term resistant line that was holding our head down below water here for the total market cap. Boom, boom, boom. You can see that easy. Wick high, wick high. We're below it. We cut above it over the past couple of weeks. Now we're significantly above it, right? Take a look at the past here. Just some food for thought perspective for you guys. You can see that we're sitting right now at a major level of which was once support, probably going to hold up as resistance for some time, hopefully for not too long. But if we can pop away from that, guys, we can pop really, really fast, much higher for the total market cap of crypto, right? The landscape is different. The narrative is different. Regulation is different. Everything is different right now. We've gone through a lot of hurt. The collapse of BlockFi, Celsius, Terra, there's so much things that happened to us where it's definitely a different landscape for sure. But do I think that we can get back to a $2 trillion market cap? Yes, definitely. What was the high before? It was like 3 trillion? It was, yeah, I can tell you right now. It was like just shy of 3 trillion for the total market cap, right? Do I think that realistically we can get back to 2 trillion? Yes, hell yes. And matter of fact, we're not that far from that 2 trillion market cap right now. It's a lot of money, guys. It's a lot of money. But to get there, we just need to go up. And it's, I say just 45% on the charts from where we are right now. Think of this. Here's some food for thought for you guys. Don't think that can happen. You don't. Oh, I missed 3 trill as well, my friends. I missed that very much as well. But you don't think 45% can happen? Let me show you guys something that's going to put things into perspective, right? This wasn't too far away. This is December, basically a year away from our year in the past, from where we were at the lows to where we are right now. Well, guess what? We've already climbed 87% on the total market cap just a year from last. So you don't think that we can go another 45% up to get back to 2 trill? You know how amazing things will be at 2 trill? It was amazing at 3, but now that we've flushed out all the negative, cancerous, tumorish kind of things from the crypto landscape, which was, like just over degen platforms and unrealistic return places like Celsius, like BlockFi, like Terra Luna, and all this other stuff, and we get to a more healthier place, right? At 2 trill, it's going to feel like we were when we were at 3 trill. And you don't think that we can do that? I'm showing you right now that we've done that in less than a year, 87%. We've doubled that. So imagine, just like, not that we're going to do this, not that we're going to do this as well, but just some, like, I like to project out. I like the food for thought things, right? If we did 87% in the bear market, right? In the anticipation phase. That wasn't the bear market, by the way. This was the bear market. I got to correct myself. This was the anticipation phase to the bull market. But if we did that in the anticipation phase, what if we did another 87% on the total market cap? What does that look like? Well, let's find out. 87%. Then we'd be sitting at 2.5 trill, not 3, but 2.5. Do you know how euphoric it's going to be if we just double if we just repeat what we just did in the most crappiest time ever to be in any market recently? It's going to feel like 3. It's going to feel like what 3 was if we had 4. That's what it's going to feel like. I'm letting you know right now. That's what it's going to feel like. Not to give you guys hopium, not to give you guys any kind of like, pump up whatever big head thing. But I'm just letting you know it's realistically possible, especially if sovereign wealth, especially if the spot Bitcoin ETFs happen. By the way, let me show you guys another thing right here. Let me share with you guys another thing right here, right? This is what we got going on right now. Sorry, no, dead screen. But this is what we got going on right now. This is the list of spot applications waiting for Bitcoin on the markets, right? This is it. This is everything right now. A couple of them have already passed right now, but we have on the 17th, so this Friday, and then on the 21st, we have Global X, Hashdex, and Franklin Bitcoin ETF all waiting for an approval. Will they get it? Probably not, more likely than not, right? But we have a basket of ETFs just waiting to be approved, and no real reason from the SEC not to. Matter of fact, there's a lot of people speculating, and you're seeing a lot of infrastructure being set forth and put in place to be ready for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, if you're realistic, it's probably not going to be one winner. it's probably going to be a basket. In all fairness, it's probably going to be a couple of them that get approval, right? So just say, like, I wouldn't sleep on that. Like, I'm ready for it not to happen because I'm realistic about things, but that's what we got going on right there. No, sorry, not another dead space here. Apologies, guys. Let me go into total two. All right, so I'm sorry. Let's go to total three. Total three is all altcoins because this is everything excluding Bitcoin and ETH. It's up 4.14%. Again, we're coming just above its 200 SMA on the weekly here. We got to be ready for some volatility. We got to capture it in strength right now. On the daily time frame, you can see that we popped above it, and we're trying to move away from previous resistance in the past here. We got to be patient to see what happens. On market side for B, you can see that we were rounding back down. We have flatline. We're still in positive money flow. My best, like, if you're already taking a position with altcoins, especially in the past, anything actually in the past, and you're in profits, at least consider de-risking a little, because you never know. You never, with all this bullish stuff that I'm saying, you still just never know, right? Let's get into Bitcoin. Let me share with you guys the Bitcoin chart. This is the almighty Bitcoin chart on the daily time frame. Let's actually go to the weekly time frame here and kind of zoom out for you guys here. Again, this is showing you guys the halvings vertically. The next halving is projected to be around April. Not far away, my friends. Not far away from that. There's only 3 parts to any cycle that we've gone through, right? We have an appreciation phase, which is AKA also known as the bull market. We have this depreciation phase, AKA bear market. We have an anticipation phase, which is the phase that is leading up to. It's the pre-load of the bull, of the appreciation phase, right? But I like to call them for what they are. This is the appreciation phase. We're not far from it, my friends. We don't have very much from the next halving. I think, and it's not my opinion, but it's the opinion of the charts here. Even throughout, if you took this position here and we dumped, you still front ran the appreciation phase or the bull market phase after the halving. So I think we're in a good position right now. All trends are still intact. Long-term trend line of support. Again, weekly time frame that I'm showing you guys right now for Bitcoin's price. You can see that we have this long-term trend line still intact here, still above it. And I think it's just par for the course. You never know, though. So consider taking profits while profits are in front of your face if you're in a position to do so. Love it. Absolutely love it. We do need to conquer 38 to 40. I'm just going to leave it at that. Though. Let's go to Crow. Crow doing tremendous things right now. It's up 16.9%. This is amazing. This is a weekly time frame again. I'm not bullish again for Crow until it gets past 16 cents. We're on the weekly time frame again. Crow, one of the Cosmos cousins or like relatives or whatnot. But hold on. Dumb question. How many more halvings will there be? If you know off the top. I don't know off the top of my head. Great question, though. I can look that up. I can actually, hold on. I'll look that up in a second. Don't say Crow is my biggest bag. Is it really? Did you DCA into it at the lows, or you're like holding on to it from before? There will be many more Bitcoin halvings in the future, as there will be continue to be Bitcoin is minted. In total, there will be 32 Bitcoin halvings, which means there are 29 more halvings left to go. Bitcoin already has a maximum supply of 21 mil, obviously, of which 19.22 mil have already been minted. So we have 29 more. After this next one, it's going to be 28. We'll be dead, long dead, but man, that's still awesome to think about that. Yeah. So let's get into Crow. Again, Crow, guys, until it gets back above 16 cents, it just, I'm not trying to fight it, but I'm not. Guys, I made a lot of money on Crow. When Crow went up to like 80, 90 cents, man, I didn't sell the top, but I sold damn near close to the top there. But it was really hard for a lot of people. I know a lot of people got destroyed with Crow. What is happening with Crow? Somebody tell me, why is Crow pumping? I don't even know. Did they do something with their token? Stuff like that? Like what happened? We already talked about Bitcoin here. I'm showing you guys the point of interest. There's going to be volatility there. Be ready for that. By the way, guys, everybody in chat, I don't do this enough. If you guys could do me a huge favor, like and subscribe just to be for support's sake, guys, just to be a nice person. It really would help out quite a bit. And then let people know, put that bell notification on, let people know that we go live, and we share our food for thought for people to digest going forward in these markets, not just crypto, but everything. Dot up 8.5%. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get bullish on DOT either until it clears basically this range, and then it still has to clear its previous levels of right around $6 to $7 for me. And then also, I'm going to be very real about DOT as well. Not flooding it just because I'm Cosmos focused a lot of times. The ecosystem, the leadership needs to. A lot of things has to be different, man. What happened with DOT though? Dr. Nate Bigsby. Yeah, no, I've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube, not as much as I used to, but yeah. I always still been here, doing a lot more live streams and whatnot. Appreciate you being back, man. But someone tell me what's going on with DOT. Is it just like everything else? Solana. Look, I told you guys the other day. I freaking told you guys the other day too that I feel like just for the sake of what it is, Solana has a really good chance to pop back up to like that $65, $75, $80 range really, really quickly, just because of what it is. I don't even care about like if it's shit or if it's not. Sorry, YouTube. Like, I don't care. All I care about is who's backing it, who's pumping it, like who's supporting it, the narrative, the support, the social sentiment. It is what it is, guys. Solana's been outperforming recently everything, and we called a lot of that, guys. Excuse me. So that's super, super interesting to Solana. I will take a lot of profits again. I've already been DCAing out, but again, $65 to $80, I'll be laddering out a chunk more, a lot more. Excuse me. Let's go to ETH. ETH up almost 4%. It's up $75 currently, 3.8% basically. Guys, we're coming back up to, and I project this out. I keep things there for such a long time because it matters, right? It matters. We're coming up to previous rejection points here. And even if we clear, I just want to be absolutely clear, even if we clear this previous rejection points in the past, which obviously should be holding up, right? And we make this push to, which was in the past, our support line, when we come up to $2,400, that's going to be a big level. Obviously, it's like a round number, right? $2,000, $2,500, $3,000, but it's also a level of which was once support for us. So be prepared for that. Now, again, same thing for Solana that I think for ETH, just because what it is. I have me a lot of ETH. I'm holding on, right? And I'll sell again at certain levels, but I just want to be real with you guys. Excuse me. Damn allergies. Guys, do you have anything that you guys want me to take a look at specifically, obviously in the Cosmos ecosystem? Let me know in the chat or outside of the Cosmos ecosystem. You guys have a chart that you guys want me to take a look at? Yeah, man, I'm super bullish on Kuji. Kuji is my channel sponsor. Kujira.network, channel sponsor of the IBC gang. They've been a channel sponsor of ours for a few months now, man. Not just bullish because of that reason, been very, very bullish. Obviously, before that, that's a lot of reason why we partnered up together, because I believe in a lot of things that you're doing. Excuse me. Got this freaking irritating indigestion thing going on. I'll show you in a second, though. Actually, let's cover that since you talked about it. Kuji having a really good day. Again, having a lot of like, actually, let's not look at that. Let's actually go and take a look at Finn. Because Finn, excuse me, guys, I'm very sorry about that. Finn is the order book for Kujira that you can see in real time, the actual orders being placed here on their order book, right? If you don't like looking at it in this way, you can come over here and you can just click on BAO. I think it's BAO. Yeah, it's BAO. And you'll see the live market, you have to change the RPC. Matt, you know what I want to do? I just want to run an RPC infrastructure for Kujira and just like put everything in so they run on my system. But you can see the spread here, right? If this is easier, oh, damn it, you guys can't see this. If this is easier for you guys, you can see this here. Excuse me. I know on bow. Where's it at? Right here. Yeah. Sorry. Excuse me, guys. You can see that here. The live market making right here. So you can see what's happening on that pool. This is the Kujira USK pool. You can see the buying support. You can see the selling support or selling pressure that's there. Let me go back here again and show you guys the actual order book. You can also see it easily represent like the sell wall, right? Excuse me. God bless. What's going on? I'm dying over here. You can see on USK, Kujira, not a lot of selling happening at these levels. There's like $5,000, give or take, right around $4. And then it jumps all the way up to the first sell pressure for USK, at least, is right around 14.15 to 14.20. You can see that right here, right? This is the USK amount right here. This is the Kujira amount. Let's go take a look at Noble Kujira USDC. Again, you got to change the damn freaking RPC here. So this is the, oh, no, there, boom. This is USDC here. You can see that the buying support is all lined up right here. There's like $20,000 worth, somewhere around there, $15,000 to $20,000 worth from 342 all the way up to 390. Now on USDC, there's much more selling pressure before $4, right? Look at this right here. There's like 20 right here, 20 right here, 20 right here. And that's all in cent, like little less than a cent. That's $3.99, $3.99.8, $4. That's like $60,000 worth of sell pressure right at $4, right? So there's a lot of sell wall right there for Kuji USDC. So plan accordingly, right? You can see here, if you scroll down a little bit, there's a big amount of support, not like really, really big, but there's a big amount of support here as well for Kuji, right around 270, 298, right? There's like $20,000, $25,000 between about basically $3 to that level. And then some. Let's go to Axelar. This is the interesting thing with there's Axelar. So there's 3 different ways of stables that you can get exposure to Kuji, right? Let alone, we're not even talking about Kuji Atom, but let's just talk about the stables. Axelar USDC, look at this spread. Excuse me. Lobu says, since I rolled down ETH to 150 again and sold, it's hard to buy again. Every time it's like buying condoms. You have to, but you don't want to. I get it, dude. Trust me. Condoms are good. Damn it. What are you guys talking about? Condoms are, you trust me. From somebody that has 2 kids and the life is forever changed. I love my kids, but anyway, Axelar is interesting as well. And I'm really waiting to see what happens with a lot of this floated Axelar USDC in the ecosystem now that we have Noble. But you can see at $4, we have almost from here to $4, we have right around like probably $15,000 to $17,000, $18,000 worth of sell orders here. A little more than that, actually, because $4.05. Like, yeah, we have like 20 something in Axelar sell wall here as well. So you think about it, like between USDC, USK, and Axelar USDC, there's a pretty big amount of sell pressure for Kuji currently on the order books, right? On Fin. There's probably like a little over $100,000 worth of sell pressure there. Is that a lot in comparison to other things? No. But for Kujira, yeah, currently, yeah. But like, I wouldn't fade Kujira. If you take a look at what Kujira has been doing, It's been laying down a foundation level of support. This is the 1 hour time frame here. Let me go and show you guys this for itself to build price points on. The more we go sideways here between $3 and $4, and I know that's a huge like gap, the stronger it will become, right? The stronger that support will be. Excuse me. Also, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I do have to put out all disclosures, though, right? I'm a bit biased. I love Kujira. I'm sponsored by Kujira. The channel is sponsored by Kujira. So keep that in mind while I tell you guys all that. But it's the absolute truth. Kujira has been fading everybody else that tries to fade it, right? Everything that's happening from Kujira recently in the Cosmos ecosystem, especially, has been getting like just steamrolled by its momentum. Look at the NFTs that launched on Stargaze. Shout out to Stargaze for being our lead sponsor for NFT Nashville. That went great, right? Like the Plucky Penguins in a matter of second, all like set records. The Mantas that got minted over there, setting records, right? The Kujira ecosystem, all of them have just been like, the Kujira shrimps have been wrecking it, absolutely wrecking it. And also bringing new DeFi-ish like plays, if you want to call it NFT-fi, right? Back into the ecosystem. So you're seeing a lot of things happening from Kujira that's just absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I don't know. I wouldn't like, what would I be doing right now for Kujira? Here's another thing that I wanted to talk about, right? Before I answer that question. I was, honest to God, I was going to put my thumbnail and just stream straight to YouTube today and put on their geo-blocking. The one thing I haven't been seeing from Kujira by holding Kujira recently, I'm not saying this is anything that's like planned or nothing like that. I don't have an inside scoop, but the Kujira ecosystem isn't geo-blocking people, right? As of yet. If you held Kujira, you got some really crazy things, right? Let's be real about it. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. If you held on, well, you can't see it. If you held on to Kujira, you got this NSTK, and we all know what they're calling that, right? It's up today almost 20%. You got that token, right? If you were using Manta before, if you were just exploring in the Kujira ecosystem, you got so many benefits for being there in comparison to what we're now becoming used to in the Cosmos ecosystem, where people just get geo-blocked for just about everything, just for living in a like, it's just absolutely crazy. Decentralize my butt, right? Decentralize my, and I get it, but I you know, at the same time, I get it and stuff like that. But let's be real. I couldn't get TIA, which everybody else is like ranting and raving about. TIA this, TIA that. TIA's great. I didn't get any of that. I didn't get any of that. So let's see. I didn't get that at all. And let's be real. Look where it's at. I really wish I got that airdrop. That would have been nice, right? Look at this, where it's at. Boom, to there. This is a rarity, by the way, guys. This is an absolute rarity where an airdrop happens and then people are up 172% in less than 10 days. It went from $1.70 to over $6 in less than 10 days. If you're not taking profits, again, I'm going to tell you this right up in your face. All you people with TIA, I don't care how bullish or how brainwashed you guys are. If you're not taking profits on 172% move in less than 10 days, you're an a-hole. I don't care. I don't care how much more it goes up. If you're not even considering taking profits on a move that happens that violently, that fast, you're an a-hole and you're overly greedy. And that's the only reason why I'm calling you an a-hole. It's because you're greedy. And you're crossing your fingers and hoping on things. If 172% in less than 10 days is not good enough for you to start realizing profits, you, my friends, clip this, are an a-hole. Crypto Tank said it to you, dead in your face. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I said it. Yeah, but like, not to say that it can't. It can definitely, there's some people that spreading all kinds of copium out there about Celestia. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't have it. But I didn't get it because I'm geo. But if I was Kujira, I'm just saying recently that hasn't been an issue, right? Same thing for Neutron. guess what? Neutron's ripping people's faces off. Shout outs to Soy, shout outs to Coin Landing Page, ripping people's faces off. I'm looking at Neutron right now. What is this? The KuCoin chart. From the low here to where it's at right now in less than 30 days. Again, in less than 30 days, you guys can't see this. I'm sorry. In less than 30 days here, this is the Neutron chart on KuCoin. You're up over 100 something percent from the low to the high. It's 156% in less than 30 days. Let me say this again. I'm gonna look you dead in the eye. If that's not good enough for you, you're an a-hole and you're too greedy. It might work for you. It might continue to keep working for you. That's not going to change my opinion. You're still an a-hole for not considering to take profits. You are a complete degen, which I'll give you your degen award because we like to make that like some kind of glamour thing to be a degen. But that's too risky for me, my friends. I'll take profits on that every day, all day, all the time, every time it presents itself, because I've been around the block and it can go just like that. And then you'll be going, oh, I should have took profits, right? Consider it, or be an a-hole in my eye. Just say it. Roganot, hey guys, what's the chart from? We're just talking about geo-block things in the Cosmos ecosystem. Chat says, what's your thoughts on Juno talking about buying Kujira? Did you see that tweet from Reese? Yeah, I did see that tweet from Reese. I don't think that would actually happen. I think it would be smart for Kujira. I'm on the operation sub-DAO for, I'm sorry. Let's just be real. I'm on the operation sub-DAO for the new charter for Juno. And so like, I don't know if it's my place to say this, but I'm just a person like anybody else, right? I just want to see what's best. My job is to uphold things and a few other things that the community want for Juno. Juno should be taking measures to invest and or absorb things that make a lot more sense, right? Kujira would be one of them that I'd like to see some kind of synergy or partnership happen with. I'd also like to see, and it looks like it's happening, I think there's going to be a proposal with Astrovault. Full disclosure, I like Ethan and Eric, and I liked their product. I talked to them and advised them many times when they consulted me about my thoughts privately about what they're doing with Astrovault. Big brains. Go read their white paper. I have to read it 5 more times, even though I've read it 5 times already, to even get my head wrapped around it because it's so big brained. But I know business. I don't know risk management. I don't know diversification. And I know what it takes to somewhat be successful in many different ways. What I think Juno should be doing, along with the steps that it's already been taking, which is super, super bullish already. And I could go from my elevator pitch and tell you why you should be bullish on Juno, not because of other protocols, but because of what Juno is in its essence. And that is like one of the most secure places in regulations sake and discussion that you could ever expose yourself to a permissionless smart contract application in crypto. Like there's no other place that you can go and have that security blanket. Juno's the only one. Juno is the only really now fully community-driven chain, upheld chain that is never going to have the worry of somebody that was an angel investor, seed round investor, never going to be worried about regulatory anything ever coming after you saying that this is a security because there was all these other people that front ran you and that bought this. That's not the case for Juno. So like just for that sake, I'm bullish on Juno. But there's many other reasons why you should be bullish for Juno as well. And that is what we were talking about earlier, right? Not just that, but we could be finding synergies with places like Kujira, with places like Astrovault. And I hope that actually does happen. So my thoughts on Juno are exactly that. 2x on my Neutron already. Haha, wish I could have gotten a lot more. I wish I should have done it too. I really should have, could have, would have, but like, even for Maneki, guys, a lot of people I saw, like, I'm going to just officially say this right now. No, we didn't risk it because if there's some kind of risk, I don't want to expose everybody else out for like trying to bend the rules. We didn't get it. I tried, I'm going to be honest, but we didn't get it. And it is what it is, right? You don't catch them all. It's not Pokemon. I'm not out there trying to catch them all. I'm trying to catch the ones that, present themselves. If you don't want us to do it, like that's on you. Anyway, let me go back. I'm sorry, I hear my dogs going wild. Tank, what do you think about Axelar? That token is weird to me. They build dope stuff, have a name outside of just IBC Eco, make big partnerships, yet token performance is a bit disappointing. I agree. The only thing that I'm very much interested is the Axelar USDC. Right now, I want to see what's happening with that extra float in the Cosmos ecosystem in particular. The Axelar token, though, has very much been like a boring. Like I haven't even really been paying it any attention because there's like, what's the point, right? What's the point? Especially if you're getting all this. I hate the term native USDC. There's nothing native about any of this stuff, by the way. It's I don't know. That's a good. You know what? Let me look into that. I'll make a specific one for YouTube. We could talk about Axelar. I think that's a great question. Lolo says bought Tia at $2 and staked as much as I missed the claimed airdrop. Now it's bonded. Profit taking is hard. Take profits on your rewards. I've been overrun. Still an asshole material, but tell me I'm about to run. I love. Hey. I'm just saying. If you have free and clear, let me just make that absolutely clear. You're an asshole if you have float stuff that's liquid and that you can take profits on. If you've locked it up, you're kind of right. You're playing a different game. You're playing a different narrative and stuff like that. But if you have float, if you have stuff that's liquid right now and you're not taking profits, that's what I meant by you're an a-hole. You're not an a-hole. I mean, I get. Here's the thing, though, too. You should have kept some free clear, you a-hole. Some liquid so you could do that. Now you know, though. Now you know not to get stuck in that position, right? I always do it. If I buy something at a low, I'll never stake it all. I never stake it all, guys. I never do. DYDX is moving. Is it too late to get in? Great question, actually. Let's go take a look at DYDX. DYDX here on KuCoin. Actually, what's the better chart to look at on? KuCoin or Binance? Let's take a look at both of them right now. Let's take a look at both of them right now. I don't think it's too late to get into DYDX. If you haven't just yet, I would practice proper risk management. And if you guys don't know what that is, just look up on my YouTube channel later on, 4x4 DCA strategy. It's my dynamic 4x4 DCA strategy. But basically all it does is it helps you ladder down your position, always reinforcing your positions with equal and or ideally more positions on the way down, splitting 4 sections into 4, hence the 4x4 DCA strategy. If you guys want to know more about it, go ahead and take a look at that though. But that's what I would do. If you feeling FOMO, you want to get in, you want to take a nibble right now. I mean, you're looking at previous support before the slide of death that happened here and previous rejection points, basically where we are right now, right? We probably will still hold up as resistance short-term here. But again, as things are coming in, DYDX is like fully launching and fully taking place and fully getting traction in the Cosmos ecosystem. It can go back to all-time highs and you don't want to miss out on those all-time highs, right? So if you're getting that FOMO and you're like, I don't want to miss out on a potential 600% move back to all-time highs, which DYDX, a major platform, could definitely do. It could definitely do that, right? Especially now that it's in an ecosystem that will find a lot more benefit to being into. I would suggest, not financial advice, practicing a proper DCA strategy, right? That's what I would do right now. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Like, look at the upside potential that you have, 600% here. And let's go to the Binance chart here, which will give you even a better, better idea of upside potential. But like, look at this here. Like, so 600, 570 on Binance, 600 on KuCoin here. Versus the low, right? So let's just weigh out the percents, right? Let's just weigh out the percents here. 600 up potential versus where we are right now, which the lows is 74%. Practice proper risk management. I think there's far more benefits than there are lows if you're practicing a dynamic 4x4 DCA strategy and not over risking things. That's just my humble opinion, though. That's just my humble opinion. I got a little bit of DYDX, but I got it recently at 250, to be very honest with you. And I still felt really horrible. I at 250, I felt the same way I'm saying it right now to you. I felt like I was buying the highs again because I was look at I'm buying previous rejection points here. And I was like, but I gotta buy it because it was getting rejected so many times here off that 250-ish. I was like, let's do it. And I bought it right here. I bought it right here, to be honest with you, just recently. I bought it when it wicked high up here and it came back down. I was like, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. But now I don't feel like an idiot because it pulled away from it, right? So you got to practice proper risk management. Guys, all I can tell you is look at my 4x4 DCA strategy and hopefully it can be helpful for you guys. Staking, way too risky. Yeah, staking has a lot of risk, right? Especially nowadays. Loba says, look at the token release for DYDX now and even more inflation due to staking rewards on the new chain. I'm very worried about the selling pressure from early December. Did you see that release chart? I did not see that. If you could share it with me, I would love to look into that. Another great question. Let me write these down, guys. DYDX. I wish I had, this is my kid's yellow. I can't see this yellow. It's the only pen that's sitting right there. Let me write these down. DYDX. And what were we talking about before? Axelar. Thank you guys. That's good content for me to make for the YouTube channel. Solely, I'm going to make pre-recorded, not live stream stuff for the YouTube channel. DeFi Llama chart on DYDX is crazy. I'll take a look at that when I have more time. I've already been going for an hour and a half. So I feel bad, even though, I feel like this is going pretty well. Let's go into Cosmos stuff specifically. Let's take a look at Atom. Atom's up 5.57% on the day here. It's above the 200 estimate on the daily time frame. Again, 99 booby, stick your head and do it, guys. I called this to a freaking. I know you guys are sick and tired of me hearing that, but like, I called this zone 615 to a freaking T, So anybody else, stick your head and do. You're up right now in you're up 52% from where we're showing you guys. 52% 4x4 DCA strategy. Like, you're up 52% in less than 30 days. You're welcome. But you got to take profits or else you never know, right? I think Atom, if it can overcome this range here of right about $9 to $10, it can have a strong pop up to 12 to 15 if it can get through that chop of 12 to 15 really, really quick. And it's not my opinion. Let me show you guys. With all the, I'm just going off TA. I don't care right now. We can get into the fundamental conversation in just a second because there's a lot of fundamental things that you got to worry about. Let me highlight this. Look at this gaping section right here. Atom, when it moves through that section there, it pops real fast, just like it slides real fast. And so I'm telling you, if the people that bought in the past between that range have already done what they need to do, the people that are in charge of this movement will make it pop. So just be ready for that. Be ready to have staking releases, staking rewards to sell, whatever. Maybe you want to hold on long term because Atom to $100 or whatever. Like, there were some articles saying that Atom should go to $100, whatever, in the past a few months ago. Like, if you truly believe that, sure, hold on long term, whatever. But make sure that you have your staking rewards liquid and ready to take profits if it does that. If you're not doing it on a double-digit price, on a double-digit price for Atom on the charts currently, you're in a hole. Move on. Kuji, 17.92 on the day. Love my Kujira family, guys. Absolutely love it. Again, we already covered it before. Anytime Kujira goes to $4, like, again, I love my Kujira. I don't want to fight it, but guys, you got to be taking profits on moves like that, right? Or else you're an a-hole. Even for my Kujira family, like, shout outs to Dove, by the way, too, man. I hope you're sorry for your loss. Let me actually take the chart off this and say this to him personally. I talked to Dove probably not as much as some people, but I talk to him quite frequently. What a nice guy. Recently put something out there about losing a family member. Just want to say my condolences to you. My any like business that we have, I'm just giving him room to breathe. Don't even worry about it. We were supposed to have meetings. Don't even worry about it. Just take your time, man. I feel bad for anybody that has to deal with that kind of stuff, especially during the holidays. Sucks. Anyway, let's move. We already talked about Juno. Juno's up 10.87% on the day. For the simple fact that I'm on the Operation Subdown, you guys should be bullish. That's all I got to say about that. Evmos. Oh, we need to talk about Evmos too. Damn it, we should make something when it comes to Evmos. We got to talk about that whole ordeal as well. Evmos up 1.3% on the day as well. Somebody was saying, who is Chad? Did you say something about Evmos? I got to look at Evmos. Osmosis up 12%. Osmosis up and pulling away from that 44, like I said, it needs to do a few days ago. It needs to pull away from that for me to, want to get attention from me again. I will say The next level is basically where we are at right now. So like not trying to FUD Osmosis, not trying to FUD Sunny. Look, you guys should support the channel as well. You guys should be a channel sponsor as well. But I'm going to be really real with you guys. Look in the past right here. Previous support usually holds up as rejection points. Guys, we're at it right now. So be mindful of that, right? Like, not saying that it's going to, not saying it's going to. It could pull a DYDX, it could pull a TIA, it could pull a neutron, right? And just go, nah, I'm on my way. But I'm just saying, like, be practicing proper risk management. Injective up 9.94%. Injective, a beauty. Called it. Showing you guys the lows here. Called it. Absolutely love it. Anybody that doesn't believe me, go back and watch it. I'm not going to prove myself. I already did over a past year. It took me over a year and some to be able to say this. 90 booby, stick your head in doo-doo. But yeah, Injective, absolutely love it. $17. Guys, if it comes back up to $20, you darn tootin' right. I'm taking, even matter of fact, I'd be taking profits right now from Injective. Not financial risk, but that's like I'm considering it. Secret up 3%. I like Silk. I like Shade. Secret, not so much as the token goes. But I like Silk. I like Shade. Shout out to Red Eye. That's all I'm going to say about that. Akash up 7% on the charts here. This is on KuCoin. I want to look at Jackal real quick because no. Yes, no. Do I do it? Yes, no. Jackal got hacked. So anything right now, I would say the Jackal on social media, guys, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it right now. Because I don't know. I think they're still hacked. But I wouldn't mess with that right now until you find out more. I will say Jackal, the protocol, Jackal, the product, super bullish on it. Super bullish on it. I love it to death. Not bullish when things get hacked though. We're looking at things right now. Celestia TIA up to $6.14 here. The Stride token up 24. Because remember when I told you guys before too, you guys are bullish on, remember I told you guys this months ago, I told you guys, if you guys are bullish on the Cosmos ecosystem, you should just be bullish on Stride. It's up 24% today. Like, not saying that was like the winner pick and whatnot, but like, this is the 1 hour. This is a daily. Like, boom. I told you guys months ago when it was like down at 30-something, when everybody was like, Stride. That's all I got to say about that too. But again, none of that matters until you take profits. So take profits because I could be wrong. But like, right, if I'd be taking profits, guys. Flix is up. Look, Jackal up 19.79%. It's trading at 13 cents right here. Jackal looks absolutely good, even with that hack. But it definitely fell. It definitely fell from grace. But if you're looking at the daily here, expert chart, let's go daily here. Look at from this low. Go away, volume. From this low, let's say from here to the high right here, recently a 510% move in 103 days. Insane, right? These all these people get airdropped and they sell all this other stuff, typical stuff. But like, shout outs to Patrick, shout outs to Jackal. That's what I'm saying. Jackal, Kujira, I want you guys, my channel sponsors, come give me some loving. Please. Adam doesn't want to do it because I'm the realest ever. I shouldn't say that. Shout out to Joe and everybody else that got it. I shouldn't say that. But I'm the realest ever, damn it. Let's go. Let's take a look at some other ones here on Osmosis. Stargaze up 13.9. Shout out to Stargaze. Let's go here. Axelar, 6% up. We were talking about Axelar. Abito was actually asking about Axelar. The 1 day, actually, I mean, shit, you can't sleep that. It's moved since October to 30 cents to 44. Still good move, but like nothing in comparison to what else is out there. I would have been, obviously I missed it. Would have been paying attention elsewhere. Mars Protocol up 23%. Injective, we already covered that before. Sommelier up 9.77. Umi up 8.75. I really wish Umi would take like more strides into things. Nolus up 0.82%. Interesting stuff there. Fetch AI 13.42. Big mover there. Oh, before we wrap it up, actually here, let's wrap it up here. let's wrap it up here, guys. Before we do wrap it up, though, I do want to let you guys know. I don't know if you guys agree with this stuff or not, but check out the Stargaze post here. You guys can go check out the random drop. As a matter of fact, I'll put this in the link for you guys. If you guys were staking, I'll just connect it here. If you guys were staking Juno, Stars, and some others, you would have been eligible to take a roll. Maneki Cosmos actually got the Stars drop. We didn't get the Juno one, so we staked it. Shout out to that. You guys, if you guys want to airdrop, check it out. Check it out. Connect your wallet. I did it. If I got cooties and you get cooties, I'm sorry, but like I did it. So just letting you guys know. Definitely check out our channel sponsor, Kujira.network. Guys, do me a huge favor. Like, subscribe. Goes a long, long way. Love you long time. Really appreciate all of you guys. Hey, and if you guys got an in for a protocol, or like, you know, if you're some of those that I named out there, Jacko Protocol, Patrick, what's up, man? Yo, you can support the channel. Just, you know, I'll do the same thing I did with Kujira. I just take it. It's not to me. I make good money outside of all this stuff, guys. I don't need it. It just be a nice social sentiment, and it would be going a long way for advertisement. I would love to say Kujira and Jacko Protocol as the channel sponsor for IBC Gang. I'll stake it. I'll stake 90% of it, whatever I get. So I'll never sell pressure. And then, yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here because I've been speaking my head off. I love you guys.